Well, this story starts with 2000 block pavers. This is our documentary of our family DIY patio makeover. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like when we're finished. We're basically going to extend the patio to this red line. But first things first, things have to be dealt with. We need to put in a proper soakaway for the conservatory roof. So, let's get doing that. Dig a trench from your gutter outlet all the way down to your soakaway. And while we're digging, we might as well run some conduit for power cables for the patio. Right, here we have the footing for the finished wall at the end of the patio. The string line represents the top of the wall. So I'm using this marker and banging the conduit in the ground so that when I put my footing in, I just come up to the top of the conduit and it will all be level. Footing's down and dry and you can see the very tops of the conduit. See how that works? Perfect. Now we start laying the first course of bricks for the retaining wall. That's it, wall finished. Now this wall here is the same height, barring half an inch, as the existing patio. So we've just got to fill this bit in with concrete. Nice and easy, look at that. All the same level with a lovely little runoff towards the lawn. Let's pop out the front and use the last bit of sand and get that done. Oh, we do need to move them 2000 block pavers out of the way. There we are. Right, let's get some sand and cement mixed up so we can start bricklaying the block pavers around the edge. This bit has to be accurate. I like to chuck in 8 sand, 2 cement, bit of water and another 2 sand, making a 5 and 1 or a 10 and 2 mix. Now, as I'm working in the summer, I am soaking these patio slabs with water so they don't absorb all the moisture out of the cement straight away. I'm going to run a string line down the back of this block that I laid the day before so it won't move, all the way across the front of the conservatory, so I have a nice straight line to put the back of the blocks to. Now, just like soaking the patio slabs, it's also important to soak the blocks so that they don't suck all the moisture out of the cement. The slower you can get this cement blocks and patio to set and join to each other, the stronger it will be. Now, I'm no Charlie Collinson. I can't really lay bricks, but I know the basics. I know you need a couple of spirit levels, and you just need a string line, and you need a little hammer, and you tap them all. I just put them in place, tap them, check them, tap them, check them. Keep checking, keep tapping. Go back and check again, because once this sets, you're buggered if you've done it wrong. Now, these look straight, but you wait till I get a couple of spirit levels on these and give them a tap, and you see how much they move. You must keep checking this brickwork. Now, use a little spirit level like that for backy fronty, yeah? Then use a longer one for across the top. When you put the longer one across the top, you can actually tap it gently and you're lining up 5 or 6 at a time. Look at that, see? All at once they're all lining up at the back, all at once they're all lining up at the front. Turn it round to the face edge, give that a tap, and you'll line that up as well. See, can't lay bricks, just using kind of common sense. Longer your spirit level, the more you can line up together all at once. And eventually, after many hours of perseverance, you'll end up with a nice border. This is all level, and all your internal blocks will run flat and level to this. I'm laying some out here, as you can see, coming across, just to have a look, get the pattern, and see where they'll end up. Now I think I'll finish this drain off nicely, and you can just see the white pipe there. When the water level hits that, it goes down to the soakaway. Again, we just lay everything out dry before we put any sand down, just to see that we're happy with the pattern and we know what we're going to be doing. Then it's time for the sand and the levelling. Now the silver bar you can see running the full length there is level. We've had a block at each end. We know that is 6mm higher than the finished height we want, which allows for sand compression. So we can compress it that side there with a little trowel, but we're going to need something better than that to compress the rest of it. So instead of buying or renting anything, I build a compactor. Link is down below how easy this is to build, right? Now how we lay and level the sand I think is fairly self-explanatory, with those 2 silver poles which are both set at the same level, and a nice straight edge like a spirit level to pull the sand off. You'll see that happen right now. Now, you want to carefully remove just that silver pole. Okay, take it out, we're going to fill that hole in. The other one here, you leave in place. All will become apparent. Fill that hole in, compact the sand into the hole, and you're ready to lay some blocks. Right, now I've laid some blocks. I've scraped this bit of sand away where the arrow is, because I can see where they finish, and now I can run across with my edging. Hey presto, one edging. See what I mean? Didn't have to guess beforehand where this was going to come. Having never done this before, we found it got easier and easier and easier. My wife got way ahead with the sand. I'm going to lay the blocks now at hyper fast speed, and we flew from this point onwards. Again, for the far edge, once we reached there with the blocks, we could see where the edging blocks had to be laid. Much easier this way than bricking all the edging first. Nearly done. Now you may notice walking around, there is actually 7 different types of blocks in this patio. That's what happens when you get 2,000 blocks for free. It would have been so much easier to lay if all the blocks were the same, but hey, we love a challenge and we love free patios. Now again, because we've got the blocks this far, we can now brick in the very front final piece, and there it is all the way across, looking lovely and straight, if I do say so myself. Any cement you get on the blocks you can remove with brick acid. Nice and easy, brush it on, give it a rub with the brush, wash it off. Now, we're not going to waste a few hundred we've got over because they're broken or got chips in them. We're building walls down both sides, halfway on the patio and halfway onto the lawn, to make some raised beds. So a wall that side and a wall this side. Now, we're going to just run onto the lawn there with another wall, just a couple of bricks high, because we're going to timber frame this bit, and we want those bricks to be seen. Same this side, just a couple of bricks high. There's your timber frame. Going to go over this, make it stronger, with OSB board. And we're going to go over the top of that with some creosoted pallet wood that we bought in bulk off of eBay. Now, to stretch the wood's lifespan out as long as possible, we're going to line the inside with pond liner. So when we fill it with dirt, it doesn't soak into the wood. There's the finished result, and we do both like that quite a lot. We went through a lot of ideas in our head, and that is what we settled on. Now, as you can see, the wood is fully protected all the way down with pond liner. Now, a nice weekend came, and it was time to compact those down a bit. So we went round for about an hour and a half with this compactor pushing them down. Then we brushed all the kiln dried sand in the joints. Then we went round with the compactor again, brushed in more sand, went round again, and eventually I think we'd filled it full of sand. Use a nice garden vac there, look, to blow any excess sand off. It's much easier than using the broom. You get all the joints clean with a blower. Right then, remember what it looked like before? And this is what it looks like now. And we